So my happy place would be my family's house in Harwichport, Massachusetts, on the Cape. It's kind of on the elbow part, so really far in, pretty isolated. And it's just this big empty stretch of beach. There's almost no one on it ever, except for sometimes in the summer if you catch someone else's family. And the sand is just perfectly white. It's always warm. There's dark blue ocean as far as you can see, and you see sailboats passing by, and it's just so relaxing. You can't feel any more serene anywhere else, because when you're there, there's nothing else around. There's no sound pollution, no light pollution. It's just so pure, and I can't even describe. Anyone who goes there, whether it's their first time or if you've been going there for years, you just feel so at peace. You just forget everything, and it's just such a great place to kind of come together and be together.
One of the things that I enjoy is going for walks around campus to really collect your thoughts. Do it in the morning to really plan out your day, to figure out what do you have to do, because if you just jump into a chaotic schedule, it doesn't really work out well, and you need to really start out from a peaceful point, and then you can approach anything. Mm-hmm. So I like to set my mind walking around campus or in the woods and find a calm state of mind before I approach anything.
So when I was a child, my grandma would talk to me a lot about happiness, and happiness would mean nirvana, since from Buddhism, and my grandmother was very interested in it. And she told me that there is a place in Ural Mountains in Russia. It's the mountains that separates Europe and Asia. And it's like a small field, and that's where nirvana is. It's based on the ancient Russian stories, I think. So when you think about happiness, I think about nirvana. And when I think about nirvana, from my childhood, I think about stories that my grandmother told me, and I think about this field in Ural Mountains.
There's 50 acres of trails right behind the house, so we walk right through our backyard into the woods. And not only do we get to watch the woods change every day, there's something different in them, but we take the two older dogs for our old dogs for walks all the way through. We can spend hours in there. It gives us a chance to talk. My husband and I get a chance to talk with each other privately about different things that sort of occur to you as you're just walking along. And there are times when we're just quiet and just looking at the nature all around us and wondering, just amazed at how the colors change and the moss is different, and and we never even know where the trail is going, because we end up in places that we have no idea where we are. So it's a wonderful way to commune with nature, be quiet. We never see anybody other than each other, and just have some time outside, which is great. It's just a wonderful place to be able to go escape from the craziness of the real world and go into the woods. It's really nice.
I love big waves. I love to jump in the ocean. I love to see big waves and encounter them. So while there's tranquility in the ocean, by looking at it, you can feel that way. But I also certainly love to interact with the environment. I find that in my role here, there's lots of uncertainty that I face. Sometimes there's big waves, small waves, you're not sure when it's going to crash. But being able to kind of be in that environment, ride the wave out, see how you land, watch other people tackle that. I see it as a metaphor. I really do see it as a metaphor for how I interact every day. And when I spend 2 weeks on the Cape, we'll go to the beach every day. I have 2 girls, and some days the ocean is quiet and there aren't any waves, and that's a different kind of experience. We just sit there, we put our feet in the water. And then there were other days where the waves were so big, people thought, I can't believe you're going to go in there. And so that also shows the ebbs and flows of what any given week could be, or certain periods of time, either in your family life or at work. So I think it's a great metaphor for how you live your life and then find peace when you're actually in the environment.
A happy place for me is somewhere near the sea. Throughout my family, we have an affection towards the sea for some reason. Recently I actually traveled to Istanbul, and that's probably a city that I would describe as one of the happiest places that I've been to. More specifically because you can stay by the river, the Bosphorus, and still have that urban sprawl around the city. Another aspect of the city that really fascinated me was the culture. I feel that I have taken a very introspective approach to the way I think. I think my affection with culture and learning about different types of culture is something that shaped who I am and my interests. So that's one of the aspects of my happy places that has really influenced the way I am. Another
There's this place in Chicago that is right along the river in the South Loop area of my city. And it was an abandoned park district project where they were trying to create another large green space in the city of Chicago. And there's this area where you could like break through the fence and go and stand right along the river. And it's the only place in the city that you can possibly do this. And you have the quiet sounds of the water just flowing, and yet you have the hustle and bustle of the city life there all at once, and you can see the skyscrapers and still be so close to this giant jungle. I feel like people in our generation never stop to think and are always just like, I need to do something. Like, I need to play Temple Run or surf Facebook. But they never take the time to sit there and really reflect on their lives and dream about their future or aspire to build something new. And I feel like that's where I do all my thinking, whether it's just reflecting on my day or dreaming about tomorrow. That's what I do.